powered by Riverside FM.
Hi, I'm Sascha, and this is Joy is on the Menu. Today's essay was first published May 29th, 2024 on my now defunct blog, and it's called Insource Me. Insource Me. I've been outsourcing my well-being for as long as I can remember. I did it in the womb, outsourcing my bodily needs to my mother. At some point, I came out and continued to outsource my okayness to my parents, to various experts, to the external world. And then tweendom, teendom, the typical time for learning to insource, to make mistakes and learn from them, to survive and grow up and develop some kind of inner sense of who I was and direction and faith. But I didn't do that too well. Instead, I starved myself. Instead, I drowned my feelings in boys, studies, working out, trying to be perfect, trying to get it right, to please others, to be who I thought I was supposed to be. I see it happening with kids and adults today, this external need for validation and direction that overrides whatever inner sense of self might take root, grow, and bloom. The desire to drive towards a specific kind of bloom, a specific flower, rather than feed the soil and just see what happens. So I'm doing that now, tending my inner garden, using whatever advisors I find as just that, advisors, but I know I'm in charge of me. I get to pay attention to what enlivens, to what actually works for me. Not what I think should work or what could work, seeing what wants to grow naturally from this big, loving heart of mine, following that, developing faith in my inner guide. And I'm here today with my BFF, positivity coach and manifestation expert, Holly Ridgeway, and we are going to talk about insourcing and what that looks like for her and her clients and me and just schmooze. Welcome, Holly.
Hi. I absolutely love that you chose this because I know you chose this, your first couple of essays before the last recording. And the last time we talked, we were talking about outsourcing versus insourcing.
Yes.
And I can't believe how groovy it is that this is now the topic for, episode 2.
Well, I don't want to get too woo, as you know, I never do. But it is funny that I kind of randomly pulled the lever on the slot machine of my old blogs and this one came up. So yeah. I don't know what you're doing, girl.
I know.
How dare you bring the spirits into this? Stop it. Stop it now.
Oh, I can't help it.
No, don't stop it.
I think it's Jack Canfield who always says that there in every relationship there's a balloon and there's a string. And so maybe
are you calling me a string?
I might be a balloon. I could be a little out there sometimes. Yeah, no, it's a great topic. And as usual, it was your use of wanting to make my bloom look like other people's bloom or what it's supposed to look like the analogy, the garden of the mind has been, around for 100 years, but the way you put it, I was I need myself to flower and it's got to look like this as the end result.
Yeah. I'm going to be a damn zinnia, not a rose, or I'm going to be a palm tree, not a fern. And for me, the challenge was that I didn't even know I was overriding something because that something was so undeveloped. And, that something, I think a lot of us know kind of what it is, but we don't have a lot of language for it. Maybe people who grew up in religion things, but I certainly didn't. Could call it God's will or something. I don't.
That's interesting. We
do
both
that
did
language.
Not grow up with a formal religion, although I did eventually in life create for myself an opportunity to become a part of a formal religion. So I've got some experience with it. Although I was from Texas, so I was actually kind of steeped in the culture of formal religion. But yeah, that's really interesting. And so how do you get that language for whatever your inner voice,
That higher
right,
particle or
right.
true self, right? I mean, I think, and then, that's true self. Oh my gosh, that sounds grueling. Like, how about true selves? And how do I get to play with all the personas for
That's
me?
advanced. I mean, I was late 40s before I could even notice, stuff like that. But like you said, I think it is natural to some degree to look outside of ourselves. In fact, that's healthy and that's human, that we have points of reference outside of ourselves where we're gauging if that's a yes or a no. But maybe because of the, I call it malignant people pleasing that I was involved with, it was just yes, 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 yes to everything and everyone all the time. But I can't look like, let's go back to school days. Like I can't look like the preps and the punk rocks and the jocks and the nerds. But I tried to be all walks of life, every person. Right. I was a yes to all of it and not having that.
And none of it, right? And none of it. Because if you're all of it, you're kind of none of it. None of it is, oh gosh, okay, I'm getting that Dido song. If my life's for rent, then I don't have to buy. And I deserve everything I get, but nothing I have is truly mine. I think that's the lyric. It's like if I'm, just everything to everyone, or even just doing the thing I think I should do, like I'm going to get what I'm going after, which is a should life, not a love life.
What? Right. Wow. Well said. Yeah, because I didn't love my life until I was really at choice, which means until I could say no to things, I wasn't at choice.
Saying no. Limiting options, bad.
Right, rejecting other people's ideas and what they want.
But I think it's like my internalization of those ideas that can be the most toxic. Because like when I stopped doing that, what I realized is like the people who I thought wanted XYZ from me, most of them didn't actually care. Like they just wanted me to be nice to them and like them. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
I've been chasing your approval or your esteem by doing all this stuff that was sort of like okay, but not great.
For my early 20s, having completed a relationship with somebody who I was crazy about, but I was kind of molding myself to everything I had heard him say. Right. So if he had ever criticized an ex-girlfriend for this or that or the other, it was like, well, I was going to be the opposite. And I was very, agreeable. And in fact, as we did have great, deep conversations and things, and it was just, we had so much for us. At some point, though, the relationship ended. Imagine that, because there just wasn't a strong enough chemistry or spark or probably polarity of some kind.
He wasn't even getting to be with you.
I'm just so moldable. Like I'm not even a person to experience anything with anymore. And I'm driving down the road and I remember thinking, oh man, I wonder, I could have been myself the whole time and I might have had a better result. I don't know where that thought came from, but it landed heavily.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, what? And I mean, because one, it was really, now I'm being honest with myself, that I was not myself. I was Miss Agreeable, Miss Perfect, all the things.
And like you also, like you are that. Like you're capable of that. And sometimes you are that. But
what do you mean?
Agreeable and, happy and easy to be around.
It's an authentic expression.
But it's like when it's like, that's sort of like a slice of self, I guess. But when these slices sort of take over the whole pie, then it's like, well, no.
Full time. existence is to be agreeable to others. Oh my gosh, no wonder I got so burned out and so, like losing my will
burnt
to
out.
live.
Oh, great. Oh, we're going there.
Oh
Yeah, that's
man.
where it goes. I mean, if you're a type A overachiever, perfectionist type, it goes there even with the benign stuff, right? It's just we'll take it all the way. So I want to kind of refine our focus for the listeners. So I mean, I love our listeners so much. Like they're probably, if you're still here, like you're my person because like where have we been and where are we going? Like you're just on it for the ride. Thank you. But I'm talking mostly about two different things that come up if you're walking in the kind of personal development, personal growth, perhaps even spiritual growth world, which is there's a lot of advisors. There's a lot of people selling me stuff. And how do I, as a consumer of that stuff, because, I am a seeker, and, whether it's free advice worth every penny or, paid for advice or comes in a wrapper of like medical professional or Eastern medicine, whatever the lineage of the advice giver, the helper,
Mm-hmm.
it's taken me a long time to realize like I need to be lighter in receiving that and filter it through my own inner knowing. And I don't think I could have come to that sooner because I didn't really pay attention to my inner knowing. I wanted, like, tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see that with your clients? And how do you, I know you're like in integrity, so you don't want to be outsourced too. That was a long question.
No, that's great. And sometimes you do see that where people are looking to me for the answers. And I remember the most valuable advice I ever got. Again, it was in my mid-20s after that relationship. I was asking somebody tell me what to do. What's
Yeah.
the right thing? And they were saying, I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Ah,
And it was like this was a magical moment in my life. Like,
right.
what do you want to do? What's your gut telling you? And I could not discern it.
No.
Like not for this particular decision. And then, we did this game, this trick, and I found out what was true for me. And man, I will do that with clients sometimes. Is you do the tricks. And then too, yeah, because I'm such a proponent. What's true for you? Check your inner accuracy. My teachers right now will say that, the small self thinks and assumes, but your true self knows. And so sometimes I'm able to find that discernment, but that's absolutely what I'm hoping to give my clients. Because again, my advice, everything you're talking about that we read, that we buy, that we consult with, those should be points of reference that then we can kind of say, yeah, some of that, a little of this.
Right, it goes in
this.
the stew, but I'm the cook.
Yeah, it's a point of reference, not now I'm this. Now I agree with that.
Oh, that must be truth because Lucky the black cat is now like committed to getting in Holly's face, which is always a sign that we're on the right track. Yay, thanks. Oh, I just outsourced our truth to a cat. I so want, like, please give me a gold star. Give me a sign that I'm on the right track. It's the cat.
Oh, I love it. The cat does have an uncanny ability to offer environmental feedback of, yes, you're on it. And, that can't be the 100% truth all the time.
So, like, I think we know the benefits of developing a stronger sense of our inner guide, or what I like to call my dick, deep inner knowing, DIK, when I'm feeling saucy.
Okay.
Just because, I gotta be sarcastic about this stuff. Like, I can't get too serious.
I love it.
But it is,
I
it's
didn't
like,
know this. How long have we been friends? All
yeah,
right,
DIK.
DIK.
My dick say. Deep inner knowing. Yeah, I mean, we got to have a deep inner knowing. We got to cultivate that to use it. And the benefits are what would you say? Like if I'm manifesting from not that place, like what could befall me or why bother, I guess is the question. Why bother?
Well, that's a little bit of when you start to, like you said last time, it's like, oh, I'm sure if I remodel the kitchen, I'll feel better. And it's, like, well, where did that come from? Was that your deep inner knowing, or was that a lot of compare and despair kind of stuff? And if I can fix the outside, it'll fix the inside. So, I mean, then it gets into
right.
kind of sitting with that. I frequently reference like this thought of my highest excitement. And when we first talked, you were like, excitement's too big a word, too strong. But it's that thing where I can sit and say, did this idea or action or belief come from a point of accuracy within myself, or was it sort of spoon fed to me and I didn't realize it was spoon fed?
Well, and it'll save me so much sort of burnt up energy or something so that I can invest it where I want to, sort of invest my time and energy more wisely for a better joy return on that investment. Like the joy return on investment of redoing my kitchen at this point, like that's a lot of energy to pour into that. And will the joy match that? I mean, I'm just thinking like time, money, discombobulation, focus, choices, working with people. And then it's like, I have a kitchen that works already. So what am I escaping from? And could I get like an easier escape if I need an escape? Like maybe watch a little Netflix for a couple hours rather than like tear my house apart.
Nice. Right.
Or like I remember I've been, like I need the perfect black leggings. Like it could be anything. I'll get on like a little sort of like obsessive kick on anything. And usually that means I'm hiding from my truer inner longing. Like my black leggings collection is fine.
This
And
is good.
like if I want to get some fresher black leggings, I can.
I like where you went because you're talking about the importance of at the Hendricks, we would talk a lot about this allocation of energy. And and I've heard a great, I can't remember who it was, but he was talking about, I only have so much awake hours with so much, basically he was saying allocation of energy during the day. And it was like a speech or a TED talk about that. Do I know how to focus my attention and energy where I want it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you're really getting into something else, which might be a great next episode for all we know. Because that's so true. We have a mutual friend who would talk about positive distraction versus negative distraction.
Oh, adaptive versus maladaptive behaviors.
That we all are going to crave the distraction. And so,
yeah, I have a busy mind. That's a human, like diagnosis human. I like to keep it fed, and it can't always be fed on, light and love. Sorry.
And I think that there was another great premise that sometimes you go take a walk or, your greatest ideas will come to you on a walk or in the shower, on a drive where your mind is
gardening.
That's I think gardening, right? Knitting. It's like playing music. If you're a musician, painting or drawing, if you're an artist, it's just whatever. I just take walks. And then the thing that occurs to you, that can be the true knowing. Right. And maybe it's in the influence of the 5 personal development books that I've read or listened to their podcast that week. But now I can cultivate something that's true for me in that quiet time, which of course now we know, like most really successful people are spending some form of time in some form of meditation.
Right. That quiet contemplation, meditation, but sitting. I mean, for me, sitting in a chair or like quote unquote doing nothing. Mm-hmm. I don't think I did 1 minute of that until I was like over 50.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should wrap it up. The point is, what was the point? Oh, that more joy from more I don't want to say self-knowledge, but a kinder, gentler, more open relationship with self,
right?
With true self, with true selves.
And it is a bit of a pause to check in, right? It's like the true self knows and the small self thinks it knows.
Well, the small self overrides. Like I have a gajillion essays about Evie, my evil inner critic, which I'm working on the search function on my blog and you can look up, but it's like Evie, I say like, gee, that might be nice. And Evie immediately fire hydrants a million reasons why I shouldn't do that or why it's dangerous to do that or why I should do something else.
And Evie is born of the culture of expectations that we live in, right?
I don't know. She could really pick a fight with any idea I have. I don't know why. But that's,
Okay.
People call it resistance, people call it whatever. And so kind of getting a better relationship with her, also the inner critic has been key. So it's like all of the parts, but
Yeah, that sounds like a good reminder to just kind of check in and remember that all of our influencers and the things we're checking out, that they're going to be a point of reference, not, the God's honest truth.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how it makes me feel. Like once I realized like, oh, all these people who are telling me to eat more protein, I'm not feeling good when I'm seeing those reels. I'm going to stop looking at those reels. That's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's pretty good.
Just stop doing stuff that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I love that as a basic reference.
It's like
because it's
step
true.
one.
Like it was, people, I could see all the benefits of vegan and really having like some pretty deep inner spiritual work going on and like going, oh my gosh, meat is murder, and going vegan for a while. And I don't have a biology that supports that.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, I was vegan for 3 years and, I got all my levels tested. And, people who are happy vegans, like, God bless you. I love it. Like climate, kindness, all the reasons, health.
And let me say, like, I was eating, a big salad with some meat on it at my favorite restaurant in Telluride. And I'm with, sister friend, and she's pure vegan. And she's looking at my salad going, it would take me a week to digest that. And I'm thinking, if I ate your plate of, cooked vegetables and carbs, that would take me 3 days. I'd feel full for 3 days. So we were just recognizing that people do have different constitutions.
Here's lucky.
And that's part of that checking in and seeing what's accurate for you.
Right. What inputs are healthy for me are going to be different from the inputs that are healthy for you. And oh my gosh, this sounds so basic, but I need to hear it. The basics matter. So I got to do me and you do you. Yeah, and is that a good, yeah, I think that's kind of, in-source me, right. What I pick off the menu for my joy. And so we'll end with, joy, your joy is on the menu. And I hope you order it today.